and I'm here with Ken Weiss, the current mayor of the city of Avondale. I just wanted to get his take on everything. I mean, you've won this show a couple times here.
Times.
You know what's going on right now. You know what when you were like a first time running. I know you were city council prior to that, but when it was your first time running, your wife's running for city council.
She is.
So you know what nerves she's going through. You know what nerves Mike's going through. Why don't you kind of describe that for everybody, like what goes on, and get it from the inside perspective of somebody who's actually won this thing a couple times.
So today you wake up at 5 o'clock, you hit the polls at 6 a.m., you're out there all day, you're passing out flyers, you're talking to voters, and you think you've done as much as you can, and it's about this time when the polls have closed, and you start getting really nervous. Even if you're running unopposed, I ran unopposed 3 times, and all 3 times I was nervous that I might lose. So there's an old saying that says, a politician either runs scared or he's stupid. So Mike's a very smart man, and we're seeing how he's going to do tonight. And everything right now looks really good. And for Sherry, everything looks great. There's a big turnout here. A lot of family people, a lot of family members and friends. So Mike's parents are here, and it's going all good right now. So Mike should be walking in here in a little bit. So
yeah. But I want to just kind of get like the inside, since like I said, you've won this thing a couple times. I know, playing football, you're in the locker room, you're kind of juiced up and stuff like that. Like, what's going through your mind right now? Like, what are you kind of like, what as far as like what you're thinking, like, what's the game plan?
So right now you're thinking, did I do everything that I possibly could? And for Mike and Sherry, they did. You're wondering what the turnout is. It looks like turnout right now is low compared to previous years, much lower. I had the numbers pulled last night, and it looks like men outperformed. It looks like Republicans outperformed, even though this is nonpartisan, but still people vote the party. So we'll know about 8:10. You'll get about 65% of the vote come in, and then they won't have the final vote tally till probably tomorrow night sometime. But
so when you have a lower turnout than maybe you're anticipating, does that bode well for maybe the people that go and vote at the ballot, or does that maybe help? How does that help the mail-in ballots, or how does that?
So when I looked yesterday, Republicans were outperforming their usual numbers. Men were outperforming women in the election, which is, depending on which way you look at it, it's either good or bad. And these kind of things right now, turnout is low. Turnout's probably 60 to 70% of what it was in 2022. But you also have to look at it and say 2022, there was a governor primary. This year you don't have that. You have a Senate primary, but that's kind of it right now. We'll see what happens. I think the low turnout probably helps Mike. It probably helps Sherry. But we'll know more here in a little bit.
Would you say for a low turnout it would help the incumbents?
Well, because right now Republicans are outperforming what they would normally do. And even though it's nonpartisan, people still research the candidates. They know where they stand. They have an idea. And they're looking at it today. 500 people turned in ballots or voted at Avondale City Hall. 2022, there were 1,200 people who voted at the 3 polling locations. So I think you're going to have, Republicans always have a tendency to drop off ballots at the polls. They do.
I know.
This year, they outperformed where they did in 2022 by early ballots, but I think Republicans are more energized right now than Democrats are. So
do you think, just give some words and some advice to people out there who maybe even think about running next term, or have had, just said, hey, you know what, I'm tired of the political process. Like, I need to, not yell at the TV screen anymore. I need to throw my hat in the ring. I need to actually get up and do something about it.
Right.
What words of advice would maybe you give to somebody who's like a budding politician, or just somebody that just wants to make a change?
Make sure you get on a board or commission in the city that you live in. Get involved. That way you know how the city runs. Do that for a year. Make sure you go to city council meetings. There's nothing worse than a person who runs for office and has no idea.
Hold the mic up a little.
And has no idea.
Okay.
Has no idea what happens with the city. So if you can get involved with the city and then you decide you like the taste of that, then run for city council. Find someone who's a mentor. My mentor was Marie Lopez Rogers. Mike has mentors throughout the city, but yes, I get involved in local politics. That's where things happen.
So you think it'd be better to get involved on boards or city council first, or then kind of?
I think boards. I think commissions and boards. Something that interests you. If you have young kids and you want to be involved with Parks and Rec, get on a Parks and Rec board. If you're a social services person that wants to deal with homelessness or housing, get involved with Neighborhood and Family Services. Avondale has 13 or 14 boards and commissions. Get involved with one of them and look in your city. If you're in Goodyear or Buckeye or wherever, go get involved.
And then also, you and I have a series coming up where we're going to talk about the partnership between the public sector and the private sector.
Right.
We're going to try to demystify that. But like I said, for like especially the business owners that are in the community, how important is it for the business owners to really get out there and do the legwork? I know they're busy in their business and things like that, but I mean, this is critical because this affects them as much as it affects anybody else.
Right. I mean, honestly, as business owners, you want to know who your city council is. You want to know, are they pro-business? You want to know kind of where they stand. Are they great with economic development? Do they support what you're doing? Do they actually want your business in their town? So if you're a business owner, get involved in local politics. That doesn't mean you have to endorse someone. And if you want to, that's great. But get to know the candidates on city council and mayor because they have a lot of impact on your future.
That's excellent. Like I said, I appreciate your time. I appreciate your expertise, of course, being the reigning champion that you are.
Oh my gosh.
You hold the belt right now, so And
we'll see in a couple hours who I pass it on to.
Okay. Yeah, it'd be like, well, hopefully it's going to be Mike Pineda. But we're
waiting for Mike to walk in. That's why we keep on looking at the door.
Yeah, we keep looking at the door, and that's why I said we're just waiting for the man of the hour to show up.
Sounds good, Chris. Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Appreciate you guys. All right. Well, that's it, from the current mayor of the city of Avondale, who's won this thing a couple times. Yeah. So we're here at Casa de Plata. The shrimp tacos are awesome, by the way. Just wanted to put that out there. And I don't know. I think we'll just go around the room. We'll introduce you to Mike's parents. They're getting crazy here. See, these are Mike's parents over here. It's going to start getting busy in here, but like I said, we're going to go around and do some more interviews and things like that, especially when Mike shows up. So stay tuned. We're coming back.